Today, I have the pleasure to have with us Oliver Rhode. Oliver is the CEO of XENOPS Chemicals. Hi, Oliver. Nice to meet you. So, Oliver, can you tell us a brief history of XENOPS Chemicals?
Yes, first of all, hello, Silvana. Thanks for having me in your series of interviews. It's a great pleasure for me. My company, XENOPS Chemicals, started around 3 years ago. Before that, I was working for many years in the chemical and pharmaceutical industry. And I decided then to use my knowledge and my experience to start my own business. And we started about 3 years ago. So we are still a startup company.
Okay, so it's a new company, but we are confident that it will have a great and bright future. Anyway,
Hopefully,
so
yes.
let's go into the company. Can you tell us about your target markets in terms of market size, market segments, and market trends?
Yeah, okay. So our core activities that are the customer-specific sourcing projects for clients here in Europe. So we focus on the market in Europe. So our main target are critical raw materials, which are difficult to find in Europe, or maybe you have just a single supply situation. So we are looking to overseas market to find these critical raw materials specifically for our clients. And the main area where we do this sourcing is in Asia, and within Asia, China is clearly dominating. So my team of colleagues is based mainly in China. They are all local people with background international companies similar to me. So they know the local situation, and at the same time, they understand what is the demand from the customer in terms of quality, documentation, compliance, and other factors.
Oh, good. So what you say give me the opportunity just to go directly to the actual problem, the COVID-19. You spoke about China and Asiatic suppliers. So we are living very difficult time, and we can understand that also the supply chain in the pharma industry in particular is extremely dependent from China. But do you think that after this situation, something will change? What is your opinion about that?
Well, if you listen now to, for example, to many politicians, they say, yeah, something must change because now many people realize the dependence on producers, on supply chains from Asia. And we see now, of course, the disadvantages being dependent. It's never good to depend on a producer, on a supplier, no matter where he is located. So in terms of pharmaceutical intermediates, yes, we have a strong dependence on China. But it's, on the other hand, also a little bit surprising because these politicians who are now saying we have to bring back the pharma production to Europe, they also have some responsibility that we have the situation right now when you consider the cost pressure on the health systems. So for the last 10, 20 years, I think that is the development that a lot of production was transferred from Europe to other countries and, of course, predominantly to China.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you because I've seen this scenario since a long time, for many years, so attending many events and speaking to so many people in Europe and suppliers in Asia. Yes. We are confident that something in the right direction will go, but who knows? The words we hear words every day, yeah, but who knows the real thing?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and perhaps when I add another comment, the easy part is now to claim or to get the production back to Europe, to ask for it. But of course, reality means if you want to set up a GMP plant in Europe, that will take a long time. So we have to see what will really be the development as soon as we get to a more normal situation, if we are really then considering to transfer supply chains back to Europe or not.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. Anyway, we will see. Just going back to coronavirus and COVID-19, you find some reduction in your business in the first trimester or owing to this emergency?
Yes. Also, we are affected probably or like many other businesses, we are also affected. A lot of our business has the character of a project. And of course, in uncertain times, companies, clients are more reluctant to start a new project, to allocate a budget to such a new project. So they are more reluctant. We see now getting a little bit better the situation for the next couple of months. We expect a little bit better development, but overall, yes, we are clearly affected. Clients are more cautious in these times of uncertainty.
Yeah, we see every day. Yeah, we speak with many
Yes.
people, and we see every day the problem outside. But you were saying that your suppliers are mostly coming from China, from Asia. I mean, was it difficult for you to find good suppliers? Tell us the truth, as you are living this story every day. Tell us the truth.
Well, it's always a challenge to find a good supplier. First of all, you have to determine what are the criteria for a good supplier. Nowadays, it's of course not the supplier giving you the best price. So we have a set of criteria which we apply for all suppliers to see, is it really a reliable supplier? Because when you start the approval process for such a supplier, it takes a lot of time, and of course it costs a lot of money for us, for the clients. And of course you don't want to end up the approval process having a producer, having a supplier who is then forced to close down due to some, for example, environmental problems or whatever. So we have to make a very good assessment that the approval process is really successful. And that's why it's necessary to have the local people. Otherwise, it would be too difficult.
And do you go often to visit these plants, or you leave the check to your colleague in the local place?
No, it's also very important for me to go to see the plant. So together with my colleagues, we make a kind of first selection, and then my colleagues approach these suppliers, visit them. But then at a certain time, in a certain stage, also I want to see the producer, I want to see the production facilities, and I want to talk to the people too. I think my experience is that the combination of both, on the one hand, the local people, but also if you bring somebody from Europe, this will also demonstrate how serious we are about this. So it's also important for me to show up at the supplier, at the producer, to explain what are we really looking for and how we want to collaborate.
So it means that we really hope that the travel could start very quickly as possible. I mean, in Italy, for instance, they opened just yesterday one of the airports in the north. But, I don't know, maybe some problem you had also in your country. But, with the cut of the traveling, some check could not be possible. But I mean, it seems that now is going in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay, Oliver, I thank you very much. So what you said us is interesting. I'm sure that some of our audience will take care of your suggestion and for sure of your experience. So thank you very much. Okay?
Yes, Silvana, thank you very much.
And stay in touch. Ciao and take care.
Yes, stay safe. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.